up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Tampa Honda, and I have a car where we're going to talk about do big things come in small packages. This is a 2020 Honda Fit. It's the EX trim level, but what's interesting is you're looking at this model, other countries actually get a fourth generation, totally redesigned Fit. We're stuck with the third generation. But let's talk a little bit about the Honda Fit. The Honda Fit, believe it or not, has been around since 2007. It really is Honda's subcompact to get people that car that's going to get them great fuel economy. But from what everybody tells me, this is my first time actually driving a Honda Fit, that they drive great, and inside there's so much room that in a small package you are getting some pretty big things. I guess my big question is this a car to go up against the Toyota Yaris, for example, or the Nissan Versa? And why, oh why, would Honda not give us the updated one for 2020? But let's go ahead, dive into this brand new Honda Fit, at least the new generation for here in the United States, on Rady's Rides. So right off the bat, very distinctive lines on a Honda Fit. As we come down, you can see that almost synonymous Honda design philosophy when it comes to their overall headlight housing. You can see how the chrome trim here, let me get out of the way a little bit, the chrome trim actually goes into the headlight housing. Nice touch for something this size. Now, as we drop down, we're gonna zonk this. Even though it's a small car, we're still zonking it. There are some fake vents down here. Just leave that smooth. You don't need to have any, you're not fooling anybody. You're definitely not fooling me. You do have fog lamps down low, and I do like the way that there's some character to the lower front fascia where they have the extension here. As we come across the front, like I said, the design philosophy, you can't confuse this with any other brand. Even if I cover up the H, you have the chrome trim across the top. I like the way it's not all chrome. I like the way they brought the gloss black with some chrome that connects both sides. Come down, you have flat black. Really like this lower area. It gives it a little extra sporty look to it. As we come up onto the hood, very sharp lines on each fender. What's interesting is if you haven't seen one of these before, this part is actually flat black plastic. So even though the hood is here, the rest of it's gonna be flat black because that's where your hood actually is. Very interesting design. My advice is use some type of cleaning product that's gonna keep this looking good, because I'm afraid over time it's gonna fade and turn gray. That's yet to be determined. As we come around the bend here, here's what we're working with wheel and tire wise on the Fit. Now this is an EX trim, so you're gonna get 16-inch wheel. It's a rear wheel, it's an actual real wheel, machined aluminum, gloss black. I actually like the look of the wheel style wise. Works great with this black Honda Fit EX that we have. Good news about a 16-inch wheel, it's gonna be lower on cost when it comes to replace these tires. And I'm telling you right now, people I speak to that have a Honda Fit, they get tons of miles out of these things and great MPGs. Let's continue working our way down. Now, large front quarter window. This is actually gonna help with visibility and also just allow things to feel a little bit more open on the inside. Body matching mirror caps, the same body color. A little bit of flat black. This does have Honda's lane watching, which is also a nice touch on a small subcompact. You do have a sunroof, color matched door handles, and you can see this very nice body line down here. Starts very low, then kind of works its way up and then fades away. Really clean. Same thing with the belt line. Look at how it kind of slopes up and then just drops all the way to the rear. You have a nice sized rear quarter window. We come around, because this has not been redesigned, you have that remote control car antenna up there. I don't mind it so much. It would be nice though. I'm telling you, Google 2020 Honda Fit. This may come up, but also the redesigned one that they're getting over in Japan. They actually did some nice touches to it. Now out back, you have very large rear taillight section. You have that chrome trim, kind of brings the front to the back. We drop down, and then you're gonna have, once again, some fake vent area. Zonking that, why is that there? This little, almost makes it try to look like a rear diffuser area, which is fine because it gives us some character. The good news is you can't see the exhaust. I think that on this particular car, better to just keep it tucked up there than do some kind of decorative exhaust pipe or something like that. But why don't we go ahead, pop that hood and see what's powering this Honda Fit. All right guys, we got the teeny weeny hood open on this 2020 Honda Fit. Underneath that is a naturally aspirated 1.5 liter inline-4 engine. You're looking at 130 horsepower, 114 pound-feet of torque. The wonderful news, and thank you Honda, is that you could either get this in a CVT or a 6-speed manual transmission. This Fit weighs around 2,642 pounds and has some MPG return of around 30 in the city, 36 on the highway. That's what makes this such a great option. If you are doing a lot of travel for work or for pleasure and you want something that's going to give you some great space on the inside and also the MPG return, this Honda Fit might be the one for you. But why don't we go ahead, see if those owners are lying about how much space is in this small Fit. All right guys, we're inside the Honda Fit. You're probably wondering, well Joe, how much is this? Is there a big value for the Fit? Is it something, like I said, better to go this route than a Yaris or a Versa? You're looking around right around $19,800 for this EX trim level. Let's see what you get for the money. Now to the door panels. If you look at the door panels, a lot of hard plastic, a lot of dark plastic. There's a funky looking design that's cloth on the back portion of the door and a little bit of silver trim. I'm not gonna go too crazy with my zonks though, because remember, this is an older design. Over in Japan, they have the totally redesigned, but the plastics are as hard as a rock and that fabric is creeping me out. Now, when you get to the dash, there is some soft material here, harder up top, a little bit of silver, and then this area is looking at halfway decent. So you have a 7-inch touchscreen, nice, easy swipe features, which is great. Not getting a lot of glare. We got the sunroof open, not getting a lot of glare. There is a little bit of gloss black over here. Weird placement for the hazard button here, but I do like this, the silver around the AC vents. Start stop button conveniently placed, and then you have AC controls that are easy to use, easy to understand. It would be nice to have dual climate in a vehicle right underneath $20,000, but look at how easy these controls are. I don't think I've seen one of these to open and close the recirculating of your AC. I haven't seen one of these since like forever, and I don't know, I just like doing that. But anyways, it's all manual and it works. This is going to be controlling your CVT. Remember, you can get a manual. I am going to zonk this shift knob. It's probably one of the most hideous looking shift knobs I've ever seen. You do have an USB and a 12 volt. And look at this, nice little tray for your Tootsie Rolls, for your Jolly Ranchers. 2 small cups. That's one thing, is that this is a small car, small cups. A little bit of silver, a little bit of gloss black. You could shift it all the way into sport mode. Can't wait to see what that's all about. Key fob, your traditional Honda. I'm glad they didn't cheap out on the key fob. Looks nice. Little bit of a pocket here for some small, those small Slim Jims. You could stack that up here. You could have some breath mints right there. Good old-fashioned e-brake. It's all hard plastic material. Cloth and hard as an old piece of sushi armrest. This thing, I would not want to put my arm on it. But you lift it up, you have a little bit more room for some Twinkies, another 12 volt and an aux jack in there, and then the seats. They may not be the sexiest looking seats, but they are on the comfortable side. Of course, you're going to get manual control, and you do have that sunroof up top and the lighter headliner, which kind of opens everything up. But very surprising, there is a lot of room in here. I'm 6 feet tall and I'm not even close to the ceiling. Why don't you come on over behind the wheel here and I'll show you what's happening on the business end of the Honda Fit. All right guys, business time. You do get manual controls, no electric controls in the Honda Fit, even at the EX trim. As you can see, I do feel comfortable though, which is crazy. Look at this. This is some engineering. If you're wondering, well, what the heck is that? It's actually a cup holder. So very nice. If you don't have a cup in there, you could put some extra snacks, or you can stack up your Twizzlers right there. That could be a Twizzler holder. Steering wheel, I like the thickness. I don't like the way there's no like faux leather or vinyl or anything. It's just that rubber, hard plastic. Flat black on the buttons, a little bit of silver trim, and you do have paddles on the back to go through your simulated gears. They're small, they're plastic, but it's under $20,000 car. Dash. The dash, easy to read, easy to understand, just very dated. On the left, you have your tachometer. It's a digital display with it looks like a Casio clock display as well. You have your large speedometer in the center, and then you have another information display over to the right, which is nice. But like I said, this has not been redesigned like what they're getting over in Japan for 2020. Let's go ahead, check out the back seat, and see how much room you have in this Honda Fit though. All right, guys, backseat time in the Honda Fit. They weren't lying. There's a lot of room back here. It's very interesting how proper you sit. Like, there's not much lean to the seat or anything like that. Lots of leg room. It's cloth all the way around, no rear AC, and not even a 12 volt, which on an EX trim, I thought I would at least see a 12 volt, but definitely shoulder space and everything. If you're looking for an armrest, look at a different car. There's no armrest back here. But why don't we go ahead, check out the cargo area and see how much stuff you can fit in this Fit. All right, guys, the rear cargo area of the Honda Fit. We push the button, you lift it with your muscles. Look at that though. I'm quite impressed, not only with the size of the opening, but the amount of space that you have in the back of this Honda Fit. The seats do fold 60-40, so if you need to maximize your room with the seats up, you got plenty of room. Let's go ahead and put the seats down. I'm gonna put that headrest in the down position. We're gonna pull up real easy and just flop it down. This is really where the Fit earns its keep, nice and flat. Go and get that 80-inch big screen TV from Costco. You could fit it in this Fit. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm hoping this Fit's ready. Let's take it for a spin. All right, guys, driving around, one thing I noticed that I am gonna zonk is the bottom portion of the seat almost kind of slopes forward, like down, and you can't adjust it. Right now it feels uncomfortable. I would need to drive this for a longer period of time to see how in the end that's gonna make me feel. You can see the Honda Lane Watch system. That's a nice touch on this EX trim Honda Fit. But surprisingly, the wind noise is at a minimal and, or minimum, I should say. And overall, I mean, I feel comfortable driving the car, except for the bottom portion of the seat. It's very, very smooth. You do have the CVT, but we've already gone over that a million times. I'm not gonna kick a dead horse. All right, guys, we're at a slow roll, about 15 on throttle. Let's see how she handles on the brakes. One thing that is 100% true about this Fit, like any other Honda, it really does have a nice setup when it comes to feedback coming through the front wheel. Not a ton of body roll, to be honest with you, which is surprising in this Honda Fit. It's just, as you saw, it's extremely slow. I mean, if you're trying to get a vehicle that's gonna accelerate really quick, this Fit with a CVT is just not working. You need to go, I would like to try this in a manual and see how overall the experience is. But definitely when it comes to wind noise, there's not a lot in this vehicle. And you saw the amount of space. I mean, if you have to haul something around and you can't have a big vehicle, for whatever reason, this will definitely do the business. Speaking of the business, let's see how she handles in this tight right-hander. Very compliant. Even over the ripped up pavement, the car definitely handles well for what it is. I mean, I'm comparing apples to apples. Does it handle like a Porsche 911? No, but we're just doing apples to apples here. And for a car under $20,000, this might be the one to get over a Versa or a Yaris. I think the one thing that I just can't move past is the bottom of the seat. The bottom portion of the seat, like I said, it slopes down and does not feel ultra comfortable as of right now. I would need to drive this for a longer period to really get an overall feel for it. But other than that, for a car under $20,000, it does have plenty of room in here for sure. Let me go ahead and try the paddles to simulated shift, see if that helps our acceleration. Second gear on throttle, on the brakes. I'm telling you, one thing that's awesome is you get good feedback to the front wheel. I can actually feel exactly what those front tires are doing, so that is a plus. And I'm glad to see Honda put that engineering into the Fit, even though it's a subcompact car. But overall, I really think that for less than $20,000, it could be high up on your list. Definitely got to get to a Toyota dealership, do the Yaris, go to Nissan, try the Versa. I would want to do manual on this. I think that if there was a manual transmission in this car, it would really change the personality of it and make it a little bit more enjoyable to drive. But definitely a great A to B car and a great car for somebody who's learning how to drive, or someone who wants something that's inexpensive that you know it's going to last. I mean, naturally aspirated Honda engine, they seem to live on forever. So we're going to go ahead. Hopefully this gave you a nice overview of the Fit. We're going to wrap this one up and get back to Tampa Honda. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another wonderful day here at Tampa Honda. Definitely got to thank Sam and the rest of the crew. Do big things, come in small packages. Has the Honda Fit proven that? Yes, for sure. Should this be on your list if you're looking for a reliable, very economical, fuel-saving hatchback that's a subcompact? I think you would have to be a fool to not at least get down here and take one of these for a spin. It'll be interesting to see, is Honda going to bring the redesign to the United States? But if it's small little packages like these that you'd like to see on Rady's Rise, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rise merch. Got to give it to the Big Guns McGee, bigger than life, bigger than this Fit, but he could fit inside of it. Tom Moschner working that camera like a champ. Thank you for your hard work, Tom, and just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.